Hello, this is Doug Brook at NorthStar DHI Services. Today we're going to be looking at healthy dairy goals, and we will be looking at reproductive goals. A couple of the goals we will be looking at today: first service conception rate, 35 to 40% would be a goal. Conception rate for all services, 30 to 35% is a goal. 21-day preg rates, 20% or higher, that would be a goal. Insemination rate, 60% or higher. First thing we're going to do is look at our tracker. Go to Conception Tracker. Once we're here in Conception Tracker, we want to take a look at first service conception rate. I would need to go into the breeding filters. I would unselect everything and then select just the first service, number 1. Animal filters, I'll use just cows. We could also look at heifers. Breeding date range is going to be 1 year. We can always change the date range if we need to. Once I go ahead and preview this report, this is going to show me services per conception at 3.1 and conception rate at 32%. So this herd is at 32%. Goal could be 35 to 40% for first service conception rate. So once I X out of that report, I can then give it a setting name, which would be first service conception rate, and I would go ahead and save that. Next time I got back into the conception tracker, I could choose one of these reports and then load that so that I would be able to look at first service conception rate and not have to change any of my parameters. Once I get out of the conception tracker, go back in. I'm going to be looking at, this time, conception tracker for all services. I'll just go ahead and leave everything the way it is, no parameters, and I'm looking at a 34% conception rate for the whole herd over the last 365 days. If I had wanted to take a look at first service conception rate, load that, go ahead and preview that, I would get my 32% like I had the last time I had gone in to take a look at conception rates. The next thing we're going to be looking at would be 21-day preg rates. To find those, I would go to my reports and I would look at standard reports, and 126 standard report is a preg rate summary. Go ahead and preview that. I'm looking at my preg rate summary, which is here in this column. Goal being 20% or higher, which is easily obtainable. This herd has a little way to go to make that goal of 20%. Here is a percentage. This would be number of cows that are available for insemination that have been caught for this herd. So 60% or higher in this particular range is what a goal could be if we're getting all our cows inseminated or looking for and seeing heats in those cows. Number eligible, number reported. That's all contained in the 126 preg rate summary report. This is Doug Brook at NorthStar DHI Services. Thank you.